Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of the Master Your Coaching Biz podcast. I'm excited to be here, and our guest today is Super Julie Braun, also known as SJ, and she is the founder and CEO of Super Purposes. Welcome, SJ.
Thank you, Cheryl. So happy to be here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, let me see. That's interesting because whenever I think about telling about myself, that's a different story. Well, I'm 58 years old. I am probably a serial entrepreneur in a way, but Super Purposes, we've been in existence for a little over 3 years. So we're still kind of a startup. And what we do is we help people in their careers. We help people get the salary that they deserve. And we really take the fear and formality out of career. And I do a lot of career coaching. So that's, a part of my life, as well as I'm sober. I am a socialist. Sometimes I stumble on that. I am a environmental junkie. I am a digital nomad. Everything that I own fits into a suitcase. I'm very unconventional, but it has led me to this extraordinary life that I have. And our company, we have about 115 people on our team. We're growing by leaps and bounds every day. And it's just been an amazing, amazing roller coaster ride.
Awesome. That sounds, I like how you hesitate, stumble over socialist.
Yep, I care about people.
Yeah, my son, teases me about that as well. He says I'm such a Democrat and I'm such a socialist. Okay, because I care about people.
Yeah, I admit it.
All right, so tell me, I heard about your docuseries. From ground zero to career superhero. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So this is an idea that I think can really help coaches, because sometimes we're always thinking, oh my gosh, what can I do to help market my business? And this is one of our number one ideas that we had this year. It was about January. And I was saying to myself, I know with COVID and, we're in a new year and everybody is still kind of trying to figure out the pandemic and their job search and all of that. Why don't we find 5 people who are unemployed or underemployed across America? We'll find 5 people. Let's get them on camera. Let's take them through our online course of how to get a job in 12 weeks. Let's film it. Let's really follow them and their journey, and let's tell that story. And we did that. We found the 5 people. They were as diverse as you can imagine. One guy is formerly incarcerated. He's currently on parole. And if you can imagine, he has different problems than, say, the guy who is a veteran. But the veteran's been out of work for 10 years. And so when we think about the challenges that people have in their careers, I really loved taking this slice of America and just saying, okay, we're going to follow them. And we did everything remotely. We shot everything remotely. We did the coaching sessions, on Skype. And the docuseries, we're up to episode 8 right now. We just released episode 8. And we've already had 2 networks reach out to us who want to buy our docuseries, which is very exciting. Yeah, very exciting.
Very cool.
So I think that the coaching component to everyone's businesses, you probably are already doing something. but, and it's probably super unique, but you don't think it's unique. But if you turned a camera on it, or if you turned on your microphone and talked about it, it could be very compelling for your business. So I like to share that with coaches in the world when they're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, that's neat. I love that. And speaking to a little bit to that, to take that a step further, especially for career coaches,
Mhm.
We're talking about, that taking something that they like or they know or they are a proponent of and speaking about it.
Mhm.
What do you feel like career coaches can do to really, hone in on kind of their superpower and then just kind of move forward, like take action? Because we talked a little bit before we went on recording that, sometimes we as coaches have a problem taking action. So for those listening, what do you think? How can we help them to see their superpower and then take action on it?
What a great question. I know that everybody struggles with this. I struggle with this. I have a weight problem that has been haunting me my entire life. I go up, I go down, I go up, I go down. And for me, the thing that always seems to work is absolute frustration. I have to get to a point where I am so frustrated, like I have to pull on my pants and then they rip, the seam rips up the side or up the backside. And I'm like, are you kidding me? These are leggings. These are stretchies.
I understand.
Oh, I'm like, again, this happened to me again. And I will get so frustrated. And I use the frustration as a tool to get into action. I very much believe in a planner. I have a planner. I write in it every day. Some days I write some things like, here was my goal today. My goal today was make a list.
I love that. Make a list to make a list.
Plan a few things. That was my second goal. And then my third goal was to do stuff. That's pretty funny. That just made me laugh again. But sometimes just getting into those real simple habits. And I know the frustration creates the change, and I'm able to get into action. And it's the inaction. It's the paralysis of perfectionism. It is the being indecisive that will keep you wherever you are. And I think people need to find that. You were asking the superpower. I follow on TikTok a lot of career coaches. I want to know what other career coaches are saying. So I follow a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are really, wow, they're so inspirational. But some of them sound like everyone else. And we will resonate with people who we have a commonality, or maybe we're like, I see myself in that person, or, oh, I've also had that problem before. And so not everybody is meant to work with everybody, and maybe they're speaking to somebody else. But I think the thing that makes a career coach or coaches really remarkable is when they get super vulnerable. They tell the truth. They tell their story, why they became a coach, and they tell it with confidence. And from there, they're able to really help people because they're coming from a place of empathy and realness and authenticity and just being genuine and having that heart soul connection. So
Yeah.
I think that's the superpower of all coaches. You all are remarkable people because you want to help other people. I mean, I get such a thrill helping people. I almost sometimes I'm almost thinking, I don't know if I should get paid for this because I enjoy it so much.
Oh, yeah, you're not the only one there.
Yeah. But
To
I do get
convince
paid.
coaches.
I do
Sorry.
get paid though,
Yes,
because I have to practice what I teach. And so I always get what I deserve.
right.
So I'm making a lot of money. I'm proud to say that.
Yes.
But having said that, I think that's the thing, is that what is your remarkable, unique, special thing about you? I often tell people the thing that makes you weird is the thing that makes you special.
I like that. That's cool.
Thank you.
All right. And I agree with all of that, I think. And sometimes you have to convince, coaches, solopreneurs to actually charge because, yeah, we want to help. We want to change the world, but we also have to take care of ourselves and our family, ours and ours,
You have to love yourself enough to ask for what you need and want.
Yeah.
Cheryl, I'm wondering, what is your superpower? What's the thing that's,
my superpower is teaching. I'm really good at teaching.
Yeah.
I've been a teacher, I always helped out in school. I was always the teacher's helper. I was always the aide, that got sent to the lower grades to help out. And I just loved doing that. It was a big thing for me. And then when I was in college, I helped out as well with, the newbies coming in, the freshmen coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I taught at a school for a little while. I was mostly in corporate, but I did spend a couple of years teaching.
Yeah.
And now I'm a training director. So I'm teaching people how to become coaches and how to increase their skills. So teaching is my superpower. I am really good at it and I really love it.
That's
and
amazing.
it serves me well, and it serves my family well. And so I think that's my superpower.
Something that happened when you were just talking about that, because I get to see you right now. What I saw some rainbows and unicorns kind of fly out of your head. Like you got that sparkly, it's almost that sound effect too of the sparkles.
Yeah.
And when that happens, when people go to where you just went, that's when you know that you are in your purpose-filled work. You were doing what you were meant to do. It is not always happy days. There are tough days and tears and bumps in the road, and all of that happens. But I think that feeling that you just emote to me, like I just totally got a buzz off you.
Nice.
I'm totally stoned over here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely like it to be recognized that is my passion. And I think coaching just, is an extension of that. And I did have to learn, in the beginning, especially as a certified coach, we can't really teach in our sessions, but so I had to learn that distinction. But now I get to teach in other ways. So in my programs and stuff, I get to teach in my business versus the training school. So I think everywhere, all the way around, I'm either coaching to help other people, to awareness or to solutions that they come up with, or I'm teaching, them how to build a business or how to increase their coaching skills. So I'm definitely in my purpose.
That is so cool. And what do you think is, now I'm going to interview the interviewer. What do you think is the number one problem that coaches have? Yeah.
So that's tough because I feel like there's a base kind of 3 or 4, but the main one that I see is that action isn't taken. And again, something that we talked about before we went on the recording is that, we come out of training and we either don't take action right away. And so then it just keeps getting pushed, right? Yeah. And especially if you have a day job. Now, I will say that people that don't have the day job typically take action, right? Because this is what they're doing right away. They need it.
Yeah.
But those that are trying to make a transition, it's so easy to put it off, right? It's so easy to say, I got to work this week, or I got to do this week, or, I got to take care of the
There's
kids. I gotta
always
go
going to
here.
be a reason.
Right. There's always a reason.
Always something. And if we don't mark it on our calendar, it never has a place of importance.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's about putting ourselves first, right? Because you can sit in that limbo for years. And I've seen coach after coach after coach come back to me, 2-3 years after training and say, I have not done anything with my business yet. I'm like dabbling in coaching, and I really want to make this transition. I'm stressed. I don't have time for my family. I'm work, my work is driving me crazy. I'm on everybody else's schedule, and just thing after thing after thing. And I ask, well, why didn't you do anything? Like, what, why are you still here? What's the action that you haven't taken? What's the step that you need to take? And most of the time it's confidence, right? They don't have the confidence to step out. And then secondly is that they're hesitant to invest more in themselves. So you took all that time to train and get certified and invested monetarily as well.
Yeah.
And 2 to 3 years later, you're in the same spot because you didn't take the next step.
It is that. And that to me is frustration. Like I just got frustrated listening to that.
Yeah.
Which again, always leads me to action. But I have probably a gift in this area that some people may or may not be able to relate to because of my alcoholism. I have some arrested development, which actually is now a really, really great asset to me because I don't have the lack of confidence because I kind of missed that in my learning development. And so although, I feel insecure like other people too, but that doesn't ever stop me from doing something.
Yeah.
And I think some people just get paralyzed by their lack of confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. That was a treasure trove of information. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Well,
I needed to know from the expert.
Thank you for asking and for interviewing me there for a minute.
It's kind of fun to turn the tables once in a while.
It is. It was fun. All right. So let me ask you this. So right now there's this great resignation going on, and I've talked about it a couple of times, but because we want to help so much, and especially for career coaches, I think there's a big opportunity here to be able to impact a lot of people.
Huge.
How do you think they can kind of maximize, this situation?
Yes, this is the time to do it. The Great Resignation, we call it the employee revolution at Super Purposes. It is the time. The time is now, and the time to make money for everybody is now. It is now. Because I think people have really woken up. The silver lining around a pandemic is that we all got more in touch with the things that really matter to us. Mm-hmm. Also, a lot of people learned how to live with less. So maybe if you are, husband, wife, spouse, team, partners, whatever, maybe one of you said, you know what, I'm going to stay home with the kids because they're not going to school anymore. You're going to continue to be the breadwinner, and they learned how to do with less. Mm-hmm. And because of that, people have also kind of gotten the slingshot around the moon experience of what it's like to work from home and just to have a different lifestyle. This coming into question about meaning and purpose is really important. It's kind of like a collective universal awakening that people are having. Uh-huh. And so many people are quitting their jobs. I mean, I live in Seattle, Washington. I have tons of friends. In fact, I had a friend just this morning. She works at Amazon. She was over this morning dropping off her dog. And Amazon, Microsoft, Starbucks. I'm trying to think of all the other corporations that are here. I mean, we just have a ton of technology corporations. People in droves are quitting their jobs. They have six-figure jobs. They're making over $100,000. They're quitting their jobs. It is because of this wake-up factor. So now think of all the coaches out there who can be serving these people who are saying, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I know I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And to package yourself, I'm thinking about LinkedIn right now. If I were a career coach, and let's say that I wanted to work with people who have deep pockets, I would say, I would write something in my LinkedIn headline about being the Microsoft coach expert, taking people from Microsoft to a place of purpose. And you will start attracting those. And then I would go and I would connect with every single person at Microsoft that I could. I would connect with every single person, and they're going to check you out. And the minute that they think, oh my gosh, I got to get out of here, they're going to be placing a phone call to you. My genius just told me that idea, by the way. Those ideas don't come from within. They definitely come from without.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's a great marketing tip right there.
Yeah, I think that's, the way that people should be leveraging the great resignation, the employee revolution, is just look at where people are leaving and go and help those people, because they do not have the answer. They're quitting without having another job. They're quitting without really doing some of the heavy lifting, which is kind of looking in the mirror and saying, why am I here? What is my purpose? Why am I shoveling paper around over at Amazon or wherever? And this is not a dig to Microsoft or Amazon. They're perfectly fine companies. I'm not mad at either one of them. They provide employment to thousands of people. I'm appreciative to them in a lot of ways. But for some people, they're kind of like, yeah, I don't feel the magic. And we deserve, as human beings, we deserve to be where we are honored, where we are loved. We deserve to do purpose-filled work. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a laugh riot, like I said earlier, but I think this is part of our journey. And many people start having these feelings in their 30s and 40s and 50s. And this is where the employee resignation, it's been a remarkable thing to see. It's going to be very interesting. I think we've got another decade or two that the power is going to be with the employee.
Oh yeah.
So it's a magical time for coaches. Magical.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that we can help so many more people during this time. And I also feel like some coaches are afraid to take this step because they'll be, I think that, and not that I even think, I know, because I've had a couple of my clients tell me, is that they don't want to be seen as or feel as if they're taking advantage, because some people have, like you said, quit their jobs and, they don't have that steady income. And that's another thing, right? You can't serve somebody else without taking care of yourself. That's my philosophy anyway. And so, trying to make it, trying to ease kind of that guilt feeling that can come up. And it's so weird because it's specific to coaches, I think, that we feel this way when we're trying to help people, that maybe we should be doing it pro bono and of course, pro
oh
bono
my
stuff.
goodness. Like, I have to reframe that for everybody, because I know, Cheryl, you and I both agree. We both are cut from the same cloth on this. Look, everybody, if you're a coach, you better make the most money that you can. And I don't mean hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want you to make millions of dollars. And here's why. The more money you make, the more good in the world you can do.
That's right. The bigger your impact.
So please do not be like, oh, I don't think I should make money because I don't think that it's really right helping people. And gosh, golly, I'm just going to be like in my starvation mode. Wrong. That is not, you are not serving yourself, others. If you believe in God, you're not honoring God in a way that God wants you to be fully your greatest self.
Yeah.
Go and make millions. Let me be the voice of reason. Go make millions. And then you can fund your pet projects, people. Right. You can help the homeless. You can help your favorite political affiliation. You can give the money to your church, or you can help create foundations. There are so many things that you can do, but you can't do it if you're not getting paid what you deserve.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. All right. Thank you for that. All right. So we're kind of winding down here at the end of our time. Tell me, who do you follow or admire?
There's a lot of people, but the person who just popped in my head like right away is Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
She has just gotten on my radar lately. She's on TikTok. I love listening to her. She's kind of like, she doesn't mess around. I really love when she says, nobody is here to save you. I'm kind of like, ooh, thank you. I needed that today.
Yeah.
And that you're responsible for your success. I always tell my clients, nobody is going to care more about your career than you. So if you don't care about your career, good luck.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I kind of like that no nonsense, it's a little bit of tough love.
Yeah. She's a no nonsense person.
What was that?
She is a no nonsense person.
Yeah. I really kind of love it. I really kind of like to go there, and I need it myself. I need somebody to tough love me every once in a while.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, awesome. Well, any final words for our audience before we break for the day?
I just think, Cheryl, what you're doing is really amazing, because you're offering people, particularly coaches who might be struggling with their coaching business, just even getting their first client. And I think what you're doing is really extraordinary. I'd love your audience to know you have to love yourself enough to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
And Cheryl, you would be an amazing investment.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, I really believe it. So thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh, thank you for being here. It was a great conversation. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you got a lot out of our episode today and that you took some notes. And in our notes, or in our show notes, we'll have how you can contact SJ if you are interested in doing that. And have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. And we'll talk soon. Bye.